Hi everybody, it's Amy at Crafty Cat and I am super excited today. Tracy Fox has a request out for new design team members, and so that's what this video is for. She asked us to use one of her digital downloads, and I actually ended up using 3 since there weren't a lot of rules on how to do it. You just had to use one of her kits. And so I mostly used the basic entomology set 2. I used some tags from the basic entomology embellishments set 2, and also some of the little cutouts from the embellishments. And I used one thing from the Country Garden digital download. So I was excited to hear that she was looking for people, and I got my printer to work, so I was even more excited. So the first thing that I did was cut out the small envelope. There's 2 sizes in the kit. Sorry, I just covered it up with my paper. There's a large one like this and a smaller one like this. So I'm using the smaller one, but it would work just as well with the larger one, and that's the basic entomology set 2. There's 2 envelopes in that kit. Okay, so I cut it out first, and then I cut out one of the flowers from the garden set that I used, the Country Garden set, and I fussy cut it and inked around the edges. I put a little cheesecloth behind it, and it's just in the middle. This butterfly and this insect were both on the paper already on the envelope. So I just added the flowers and the cheesecloth just to give it something in the middle there, because I didn't write anything or any of that. So then I also took and cut out one of her little embellishment pieces and put a paper clip behind it so that you can paper clip this onto your junk journal page. So it'll close up like that, and then you can just hook it right onto the page. Okay? Alright, so the first thing I did after I put this on and added this is I made a little card that was 4 1/4 by 3 1/4 inches. And then I cut little slits in it to the size of her tags. These little embellishment tags that she has. And she's already, I mean, she's done a lot of work on these already. They already have like the cheesecloth behind the book page and then the insect. So they're super cute already. Let's see if I can bring it close enough and let it focus. So those are adorable. And I just cut it by holding the tag up like this, and then I drew little spots on either side, because they're not exact measurements, and it's always hard to get those exact anyway when you're cutting in the middle of the page. And so I did that 4 times, and then I took my cutter, and my cutter has that little wire that goes across so you can see exactly where you're going to cut, and I just set it in here and lined it up with the spots where I marked on either side of the tag, and then I just came in and I cut slits in that far apart. And Tracy has done some of this in some of her videos, so if you need more information on that, I'm sure that you could watch those and get more on that. But so there's 4 slits there for 4 tags. I then inked around all the edges and inked in here so you can see the little slits. I put a piece of fabric, it's just this basic like cotton fabric that I had, and I just put a strip of that. I put a piece of cheesecloth and then one of her embellishments, and I stitched across the top, so it's stitched all the way. And I inked the stitching a little bit too, just to make it look older. And then I took her tags, and I wanted a little bit of something to pull out, but because it's going to go in the envelope, I didn't want anything too big or, you know, crazy. So I just did a little piece of lace. I have this cream colored lace. I just cut it into like thin strips like this, and I inked them a tiny bit, stitched them right on the top with a sewing machine. On this one I put an old photograph. That's my aunt when she was a little girl. But you could also, on one of them I did some lines You could do journal lines, or you could just write little quotes or poems. I inked all the edges. I mean, she had already done most of it, so you don't have to do a lot of inking. I just didn't want to see the lighter edge when you cut the paper. So then I'm going to take this piece, and I don't know what I did with my other glue, so I'm just going to use this for now. I really do like Elmer's glue, and I know that's weird. I do want to try to get some of that, the fabric one, but I just haven't. And I'm just going to go right around the edge here. Just a little bit, because you need to be able to put those tags in, so you don't want to go too crazy with the glue. And I'm just going to center that in the middle of the envelope. You guys see? And that might take a minute to dry. You really just want to make sure you get the edges down. So it's going to fit right in there like that. And then I tried to do the ones that I'm going to put in front, like there's a design up near the top. It's kind of tricky because a lot of them are closer down to the bottom, like this butterfly. But if you can find, you use the ones that have the design closer to the top, like these two, put those in the front so that you can see the design when you put them down in. I'm not going to put them in quite yet because I think it's probably still way too wet. So I'm just going to wait a minute on that. But I had an idea I wanted to use the entomology kit, especially because I have my journal that I've been working on, and if any of you have watched my other videos, then you'll know about my journal. And so what I was thinking is when you close this up with the tags in, and you put it on the page with your paper clip, and you could put it on the side or the top. Either way, I think it would be a great addition to any junk journal. If I can get it on my page. Just going to do a couple just to get it on there for now. So see, that'll sit right there. Or you could have it sideways if you wanted to. She has so many neat embellishments. These would look neat on the front as well. I think I might do this one the same way. Or any of these like little things you could also put on the front. She just has, these are really neat kits. So I mainly use the entomology one, but I did like this flower, the dandelion, and so I put that on the front of that one. And so let me see if I can slide these in now. There we go. And then the little inchworm, which I love this. I always loved inchworms when I was a kid. I'm not going to stick it all the way down because I'm afraid it's going to stick in there. I just want to give you guys the idea of what it's going to look like. And I don't think you have to worry about these tags falling far because they, you know, it's so close to the back piece of paper that I don't think that that's going to be a problem at all, even though this part's a little bit longer than those tags are. So these I can push down far enough. I just don't want to push the other ones into the glue. And then you close this like that, and you can put it on your page. So it's just a little idea. I hope Tracie likes it. I love her stuff. I love her work. So I hope you're all having a great weekend and have a great day. Please subscribe if you want to see more.